Hi. Okay. Stand by. Hello. Happy Merry Christmas Eve. And I'm back again. Coming back at you with the second episode for the day. Crazy, right? I know. Please let me know if you can hear me and see me from Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Please and thank you. That would be awesome. I know this is not my usual time, but we do not have our usual guests. So, we are going to jump right in here. Share this with whoever you can so that they can witness the greatness. So, if you don't know me, my name is Tenille, and I help women who have been diagnosed with lupus or other chronic illness go from confused, discouraged, or confused, discouraged, and discouraged, and go to happy, healed, and in control of the medical narrative. You see how I'm a little perturbed, a little stressed, but we're not letting any of these trials and tribulations get to us. We're going to go straight into the talking with this amazing guest that I have. I'm going to put her on in 1 second. Her name is Latoria. Cool name. Not Latoya. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it confused. It's Latoria. And she was my grandmother's aide, and I had never really had a full conversation with her. And then when we had the conversation, I said, girl, you need to be on my podcast, because this is not a game. This is insanity. Like, the strength of this woman and the fact that she is proactive in her health. And I love that. I love someone who is proactive with their life and make sure that they don't let life just happen to them. They are a participant in their own saving. And that is exactly what she did. And I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud to know her. I'm so glad that she is the heart that is to take care of my grandmother on a regular basis. So please introduce with me, Latoria.
Hello, everyone. My name is Latoria. How y'all doing tonight?
Awesome. Okay. So, Latoria, since you've never met my people, please introduce yourself. Let us know where you are from, who you are, what you do.
My name is Latoria Wooten. I'm from South Georgia, and I work for Hospice. I'm an aide for Hospice. I've been doing it for about 12 years now. And I have one son. And what else would you like to know?
Okay, you work for Hospice. You have one son, and you're from Georgia. All your life, Georgia, right?
Yes, a little small town called Moultrie, Georgia.
I'm small because I literally have never heard of that. Awesome. So, how did you get into medical care? Like, how did you get into hospice?
I got into hospice care because my mom was diagnosed with cervical cancer in a few years back. And I decided to help take care of my mom while she was transitioning, me and my sister. So after the passing of my mom, I decided to take on that side of the medical field.
Did you want to be something else? Do something else before that?
The only thing I ever wanted to do besides working in the medical field was being an interior decorator.
Ooh,
I love decor. I like to decorate. And that's about
kind of drastically different.
Yes, it is.
Kind of drastically different, but I love that. Okay, so when your mother got diagnosed, how old were you?
I was about 21, I believe. 21, 22.
Okay. Young, young,
So I
young,
was
young,
a
young.
young adult.
Yeah, and it's you and your sister only, right?
It's me, my sister, and I have a brother that's 25.
Okay, okay. So wait, 25 now?
Yes.
Oh, he was little when your mom
I think it was
passed.
I think it was like maybe 12, 13, somewhere like that.
Oh no. Okay. Wow, that's wild. Okay. So, when she got diagnosed, had you like ever heard of cervical cancer? Like, were you completely in shock, or was it? How did she get diagnosed?
Well, I had heard of cervical cancer because of course I was going to the doctor yearly to get my paps and stuff like that, but
Mhm.
I have never experienced someone firsthand that had cervical cancer.
Mm,
And my mom found out she had cervical cancer because she was going to the doctor to get her yearly paps, and that's how she found out she had cervical cancer.
wow. And she was getting them yearly, and the year before she was fine.
The year before she was fine. She ate great. She exercised all the time. Didn't eat past 8 o'clock p.m. and just so happened when it sprung up on us, it was so progressive. Chemo radiation, she flew through it.
Wow. Wow.
So she found out, I believe, in November. No, in July. In November, she was gone.
What?
Yeah, it was that progressive.
So was it a specific type, like, or what stage was it at when they found it?
To my knowledge, it was stage 4 when they found it. And I'm not sure if
Yikes.
cervical cancer works like how breast cancer is, like, they have metastatic breast cancer. You may just have it in your right boob. I'm not sure if cervical cancer have like different names and stuff like that. But it's
Wow.
very progressive because it's in a moist, dark area. So, the
So
cancer was growing really fast.
that is terrifying. Okay. So people, if you are hearing what she is saying, please get yourself checked out at least yearly. If you feel anything weird, if
I
anything
recommend every 6 months.
you heard the woman, she said every six
Every
months
6 months.
because the year before her pap was fine.
It was fine. Everything was negative.
And then the next year, diagnosed, and then months
Within
gone.
4 within a 4 month span, she was gone.
That's insane. So you were helping take care of her while that was going on. Your
That's
sister
correct.
too? Everybody was helping?
Me and my sister at the time, my brother, he was young. He was,
Yeah.
I think, in middle school to be exact, during the time of her passing. But
Oh
me
my.
and my sister, we was young adults. So we would take time turns. My sister would do basically day shift and I would do night shift. So we would be able to continue to take care of our kids. They was babies at that time.
Oh, you guys had
And
your kids already. Okay. So you are taking care of your mother. She passes. And then, or did you find out your status of everything before she passed, or you was after?
I found out my status afterwards.
Hmm.
My status happened. I actually went to my gynecologist, and my gynecologist offered me to take a Brocker test. And I was letting her know that, that's a very expensive test. I wouldn't probably have the money to take it. She said, well, if you had anyone to either pass or either have anyone in your family that has any type of breast cancer, it'll be free. And I said, well, I got a surviving aunt that currently has breast cancer. And my mom had just passed maybe 4 years ago or something like that. And she was like, well, it'll be free. I said, well, sure, I'll take it.
Wait, they don't tell people that. How? That's with a specific insurance, or like that? How do you?
To
How
my
do you?
knowledge, she never mentioned anything about my insurance. She said, if you have anyone that previously either passed or either currently have breast cancer, the test is free. But the test out of pocket is very expensive.
I never knew that. How do they not tell women that?
I have no earthly idea.
What?
So
Yo,
I
that
I
that
agreed
alone,
to
I have
take it.
chills. That alone is worth this interview. Thank you so much
Oh, you're
because I have
welcome.
never heard that. That has never been brought up. That's insane.
I never paid one dime out of pocket for that test.
So Brocker is what it's called?
It's BRCA. It's a BRCA gene test. It's a genetic
Brocker.
testing.
Okay. Okay.
And maybe they
I'm
got,
going
I'm pretty
to
sure they got different names for them and stuff like that. But during the time that I took mine, it was just known as the BRCA gene test.
Brocker gene test. I'm gonna send me whatever information and I will write it in the description so that people know to ask for this Brocker gene or ask for genetic testing if you have anyone who passed away in your family from any kind of, women situation, or if they currently have it. Because at that time it was free. We're gonna do our research because if it is still free, that's so crazy that no one talks about that.
No one talks about it at all.
Wow,
So
thank you so much.
I
Okay.
decided to take that test when it was offered to me. And for whatever reason, when I got the results back, normally I would have taken it back to the person that, took the test for me.
Mhm.
But I took it to my breast specialist. I had been dealing with my breasts probably since I was in high school before I had my son. But it was a little small lump, and my physician always told me as long as it move, you're okay.
Wait,
And
wait, wait. Okay, so you were getting a consistent small lump in your breast as a
yes,
teenager.
ever since I was a teenager, since I was in high school.
And so, do you know how many times? Like,
Well, it was just one lump at first. That's it. It
okay,
started out just one lump. It started out in high school. I would
okay.
bring it up bring it to my physician attention whenever I had a doctor's appointment. And she was like, as long as it doesn't hurt, if it's not getting any bigger, we're just going to keep an eye on it. And I said, okay. So every time I would take my shower, I always tell people the best way to do a breast exam is when you're lathered up with soap. For whatever reason, the hand moves better on the breast or the skin when it's wet and you got soap applied.
Mm-hmm.
So I kept having this lump, and it started as I got older to be very painful. That was after I had my son. And I was like, I need to go get this test. So I found me a specialist. She's African American. Her name was Dr. April Speed, the best of the best, God sent from heaven. And she asked, could she do a biopsy? And I said, yeah. So we did the biopsy. It came back negative. And the few weeks later, we did a lumpectomy. We removed the lump.
Okay.
And shortly after that, within months, I would probably say that lump came back. We
What?
removed, yes, within months. And
No.
in the medical field, they describe the breast as a secondhand clock.
What's that
So
mean?
my lump would come up at 12 o'clock. That would be at the top of my boob.
Oh.
So every time she removed that lump, we probably moved that lump probably 4 times. 4 times
What?
on a biopsy. And the very last time we removed that lump, it came back as atypical. That's 0 stage of cancer.
What?
And I asked
Wait,
my doctor,
atypical means 0 stage of cancer. So, like, they know it's cancer, but they can't call it a stage.
that is correct.
And how old were you? You were a kid.
I was 30.
Okay.
I'm
So
37 now.
adjacent. That's fine. That's
Yeah, I was a
really
little young back there.
mm-hmm. That's crazy though.
But
Honestly, people don't think of cancer in your younger years like that,
oh
Like,
no, I think, and this started back in high school, if you want to be technical about it. But
mm-hmm.
to where it actually started bothering me, probably my mid 20s, my breast would be so sore. It
Oh
like
my,
and just, I mean, a painful sore.
oh no.
And so I was like, and every time I would do my breast exam in the shower, I guess I would just aggravate it almost. And it would hurt for probably about 2 days. And like I said, that last biopsy came back as 0 stage of cancer, which is atypical. I asked her as a physician, or as an African American woman, what would she do? She said, well, as a provider, I cannot suggest what you should do with your health. But what I can tell
Mhm.
you, I would beat it before it beat me. She said, we have removed
Mm.
4 lumps from your breast. And she said, it just don't look good. And I gave her the results, and I tested positive for ATM mutation. ATM mutation puts me at a 50
ATM.
50 chance of having breast cancer. So she was
Okay,
basically saying,
so the genetic testing, it tests for
mhm,
more than just one thing, or is that's the one thing they test for?
it tests for multiple things. I was actually getting checked to see that I have the genetic gene trait for cervical cancer since my mom passed
Mhm.
away from cervical cancer. So it tests for
Yeah.
multiple things.
Okay. Okay. All
I
right.
think it basically tests for the cancer gene.
There's a. I didn't know there was a cancer gene. Period. Like I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, absolutely. I actually still have my paperwork, so I'll be able to provide you with that information.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I'll put it in the notes of everything. Okay. Still,
Okay.
the nicest, kindest doctor in the world tells you that if it was her, she would, take action. And then what was how did you process that? How did you decide to go ahead with it?
I told her give me 24 hours to think about it and pray about it.
Oh,
And she
yeah.
said, I'll be waiting on your phone call. She gave me her personal line number. I went home and I thought about it. And in my family, we have a few people that have passed away with breast cancer and other types of cancer. And I went home and I thought about it and I prayed about it. If I had a chance to, live 5 or 10 more years to be with my son, would I let the actual flesh, get in the way of me living another 5 or 10 years?
Oh,
I
don't
said, no,
cry.
I would be willing to give up any limb of my body just to be able to live another 5 or 10 years. And just, being able to be proactive. I think, my son always been a very loving kid. So I think he wouldn't care if his mom didn't have no legs, no limbs, or anything.
Yeah.
So I actually got my son involved by actually letting him help me pick out my boobs. So
That's
I
so
went, I
funny.
just, I sat him down and I talked to him. He was very young. I think maybe 12 at the time. I sat him down and talked to him about what would be going on and what he would be expected seeing around the house.
That's
And he was like, Mom, if you'll live 5 or 10 more years with your boobs gone, I'm fine with it. So
yeah.
I called her back the next day and I was like, what day we having this surgery on?
Yeah.
It was a
Okay,
good
wow.
decision. I don't regret it at all.
Good. Yeah. I mean, I'm proud of you. Like it sounds like it would be such a hard decision, but like the way you processed it, the way you went about it is such an ideal way. Like talk to God, talk to your baby, and make the decision. Like people just want to look cute. Look, stuff the bra, put socks in it. Like who
Right.
cares? Like if it's life or boobs, take up. Like what? What do you mean? Um, yeah, I'm really proud of you.
I
That's
mean,
great.
don't get me wrong. It definitely was. I, I went through a lot of mm, depression when I first done it. I
Aw.
mean, when you see your body just like you walk in this hospital in a few hours like this, and then now you're in a hospital bed and your body transformed to something else. It definitely
Right.
have a mental impact on you, but through the love of friends and family, I was able to get through it.
Yeah. Wow. I'm really proud of you. I'm genuinely
Well,
like
thank you.
that is a story that is a testament to just who you are as a person, just strong and logical and caring about the people around you. Like it's not when a person dies,
Hmm.
it's not just about them. They're in heaven or whatever. They're in heaven hopefully, and they are happy and at peace. The people around you are the people that are going to be the suffering ones. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so genuinely doing everything you can to live your healthiest, longest, most successful life is an act of love. And doing that for your son, that is, that is beautiful.
Hey,
So
I would do it again if I could or had to.
yeah, I'm so proud of you. So we're coming up on ending this now. So
Okay.
if you have any advice for anyone, a woman, someone who loves the woman, uh, who has any of these problems or has had the consistent whatever, or like what would something that you would leave the audience with um as our final goodbyes?
Always go get yourself checked. If anything, if you feel anything that's abnormal, any smells or anything, just go get yourself checked. Never let money be the reason why you didn't go to the doctor, because it's always resources. Sometimes you have to search or reach out to people, but it's always resources out there to get the help that you need. Unfortunately, healthcare is so ridiculous right now, but it's help out there and it's people out there that will actually help you.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for the community that I had when I was, transitioning, you know, trying to get things in order. So it's help.
Yes. Mic drop. That's right. Is there anywhere that people can follow you or reach you or ask me questions they have?
I'm sure you can reach me at Latoria Wooten on Facebook, or you can reach me at Latoya. No, I'm sorry, it's black_stallion dolls on Instagram. And I'd be
Excellent.
glad to help out anyone or either point you in the right direction to be able to get the help you need.
Thank you so much. We got some comments about how strong you are. And just thank you for sharing this. Thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for speaking out and being willing to help people. I will tag all her stuff in on all the platforms I can. Um, yeah, we're glad you're here. Like you take such good care of my grandmother, and she's not crazy with you. So I appreciate you so much.
You're so welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yes, anytime. So, y'all, thank you for coming back out for another episode tonight. I know it's unusual, but we accommodate our guests. And with a story like this, I could not pass it. If you know someone who needs to watch this, pass on this recording, okay? Don't let money, don't let, being busy, don't let anything stand in the way of you being proactive of your health. If you want
Absolutely.
to, yeah, if you want to live and see your family and be good to yourself, get all the things checked out. Get those genes checked out. Thank you so, so much, y'all. Have a great night.
You're welcome. Y'all have a great one.